Good Friday morning, my friends. Welcome to the weekend. And for many of us, it's a long weekend. I know in North America here, we're celebrating the Labor Day long weekend. So wherever you are, I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. And if it's long, even better. Now, as I was going into the getting ready for this session, and I was looking at the week ahead, it's going to be fun. It's a busy week, guys. So Friday, we have Mercury that goes into retrograde. And then Saturday, we have the full harvest, or also known as the full corn moon. So it's going to be a bit of a different week, as we are going to have a few speed bumps along the way. Mercury, when it goes into retrograde, can be a challenge. However, as it's going in on Virgo, which is that communication, mindful, like attention to detail zodiac sign, plus on a full moon, we're going to need some tools. Don't worry, I'll help you out with that, okay? Of course, next week, I'm going to be live on Wednesday to do my full, I like to call it the full harvest moon. You can call it the full corn moon. And then the next day on Thursday, I'll be live with a Mercury retrograde reading. Yes, the full moon the Mercury retrograde encompasses the full moon, but the full moon, the full moon, how does that work? Yeah, Mercury retrograde encompasses the full moon, but the full moon does not encompass the entirety of Mercury retrograde. So I will be doing separate readings because they are going to have different points we need to be focused in on. And then, of course, the Friday, you have me live again. So it's a 3-week live week set for me, because we've got the live reading on the Friday. So lots happening next week. Plus, I have a healing coming in on Tuesday, which is for the healing of the heart chakra. So if you didn't see, yesterday I posted my Healing 101 Heart Chakra edition, talking about that heart center, which of course is going to have a little bit of a challenge as we're going into Mercury retrograde. So going into next week, the cards I chose, I went with one of my favorite combinations. It's light, it's colorful, and it has some play to it. We need that right now. So we've got, that's upside down. So this is the Everyday Witch Tarot and Oracle combination. I've said this before. I wish card creators would do this, where you've got the combination. Best of both worlds work really well together because they communicate. All right, so let's get into this. So it is September 4th through the 10th is the week we're looking at. What can my friends expect from this week? Like I said, there's a lot going on. Don't worry, I got you. I'm here. Well, you're going to have 4 videos next week. So that's going to be, helpful, but also it gives you better insight in what you can expect, because you're going to have the full moon coming in just as Mercury retrograde goes into retrograde, or Mercury goes into retrograde. Oh, yeah. So here we have the 2 of Pentacles. This is going to be needed because that unexpected, you may feel stable. You may think you've got everything going right. It's those unexpected pieces. This week not only gives you some expected challenge, you're going to have those unexpected pieces as well. So keeping that in mind as we go throughout the week. When we feel like we're really got it going on, have extra tools in your back pocket, extra ideas on how to go forward should the unexpected happen. We don't want to be paranoid. We do want to be prepared. The 7 of Cups. Of course, we have the 7 deadly sins. There's lots going on. It's not 2 things that we're juggling. It's literally a ball pit of things that we're juggling. No, there's going to be very unique opportunities for you. Now, A lot of people get caught up in the what if I choose wrong? If you ever have to start a sentence, what if, check into that in a big way, because that's anxiety. What if? Rather, turn it around. There are opportunities. In any opportunity, you're going to have growth, experience. You're going to have some abundance of something. Looking at it and reframing it will support you in going through experiences that may not have been the highest vibration or the most fun. You learn from it. It helps you break patterns. It helps you experience things. I don't like to say there's a right or a wrong. There's going to be an easier opportunity, or there's going to be ones that give you that challenge. We don't always have the ability to take an easier route, because you get to a point and you have to challenge you. The universe will ensure experiences happen that are unexpected, that are not in your very narrow scope, that are going to give you a bit of a push, a bit of a jostle. So next week is definitely going to give us a jostle. How are you going to go forward? Staying in that very stable and open mind, because there's a lot of illusion and uncertainty. That uncertainty is higher than the illusion, but we don't want to get caught in those what ifs and that fear. That minimizes our ability to embrace and enjoy what's going to happen next week. Because, let's be honest, fear will kill it all. It will bring us down to our knees. We'll become destabilized, so we're not balanced anymore. We become ungrounded, so we're not stable. We feel really wobbly. And we're so caught up in the oh my gods that we miss out. We don't want to do that. That's why it's important to get the forecast ahead, so you can say, okay, it's going to be a little bit of a wibble, a wobble. What do I need? How do I shift it so that it's more in tune with what I want? Tarot gives you a map. It's not clear cut. It is not written in stone, guys. Even Mercury retrograde, it's not written in stone. Does it give us an opportunity for challenge? Absolutely. Let's take down the communication, put cotton in their ears so we struggle. However, it's not an end all be all. Your birthday's on the 7th, and I'm taking it's your handle as Pikachu, but love it. Well, happy birthday in advance. And again, just because Mercury's going into retrograde and the moon is going to be in a full state doesn't mean you can't celebrate. You can't have fun. You can't enjoy that birth, that time of, well, connection. Because in your astrology chart, all your zodiacs, all the planets, well, the planets might be in a bit of a different alignment, but your zodiacs are in the same spot. So good times. And then the final card I was flipping around, this is the Magician. Do you remember how I said a few minutes ago, I said you need to have those tools in your back pocket for those unexpected experiences? That's what the Magician does. He uses his natural abilities, his natural talents with the tools that are right at hand. That's why the Magician always has around him the 4 minor arcana. We have the swords, the pentacles, the swords, the pentacles, the wands, and the cups. So using those tools, having them ready at hand. We know that it's going to be a hard week. Why? Because even when you look at what the structure of next week brings, we know there's going to be lots of challenges. Some expected, some unexpected. So my suggestion, start to prep forward. What do you need? We're not in crisis mode. We're in calm mode. This gives us the most ability to plan forward. What tools will be the most effective? Well, for my crystal friends, stability, of course. Can you do? No, John, my card tricks is I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next week. But thanks for asking. For my crystal friends, my suggestion for crystals this week would be tiger iron for sure, because you want that stability. You want that groundedness. Calm, I would suggest amethyst, because it helps to calm our mind. It helps to minimize some of that whirlwind thinking. Additionally, can help to calm the heart center that may be taking things a little bit more personally, which goes to rose quartz, which can help nurture said heart. So using those in mind. Now, if you know that your friends and family don't do well, and if you know the family members, you know the friends or colleagues that may really struggle in Mercury retrograde, another one I would suggest is, this is labradorite. It's kind of a gray-brown crystal. It's a guardian, and it can help us to protect us against those energies, but it will also help us to release the trauma, some of that pain. So, tools. For my people who are into essential oils, you want to have something that's going to calm you. So anything lavender based would help. You may want some inspiration for pushing forward. I'm like thunder. Not sure what that means, Alfred, but thank you very much. To push you forward, so like a citrus based or something like that. Look at your tools. What do you need? What will help you? Because having them in our back pocket helps us to have them ready for going forward. So let's go into this. What can my friends expect from the beginning of the week? So like I said, Tuesday, you guys are going to get the healing for your heart chakra. And like I said, I posted yesterday the Healing 101, where I kind of go into the heart a bit, into that heart chakra. Oh, yeah. So this is the Eight of Wands. We're feeling that storm coming forward. Even though we've got lots of opportunities, lots of tools, you don't feel like they're right at hand. You don't feel like you're organized. Things are blowing out of proportion. So be mindful at the beginning of the week that stability is going to be necessary to help minimize that chaotic and give you the ability to grab hold of stuff. Now you see me. Yeah, I can understand that now. Thank you all for clarifying that. So know that there is that chaos. However, you can manage it. We've got the magician in play. He uses his power connected in with that infinite power, that infinite source. In this deck, the Two of Pentacles does have that infinity symbol. Now, he doesn't have it here, however, on the original card, and I always have him with that infinite connection. So know that there is that ability to connect in and kind of usurp some of these energies, some of this chaos, connecting into that high vibration, to that divine. Oh, yeah. The Five of Pentacles. We feel lost in the storm. The storm is, well, it's giving us a lot of grief, but we feel disconnected. It's not going to get easier as everybody is going to start to go into that reactive state with Mercury going into retrograde. So know that. What would help you feel more connected to your physical support team, to your spiritual support team? These are questions that you can answer now so that you can move forward, so that you can feel less disconnected, less challenged, and more supported and nurtured. Oh, yes, Pikachu does use thunderbolts. It's true. And it's Pikachu's birthday. Oh, yep. And here's your supports. The Ten of Cups. It's one of the family cards. And for my friends who've been with me for a while, you know family does not always mean your birth family. Family is what you make of it. The people that are married into your family circle, people who you've kind of adopted, whether legally or it's that best friend that is like a sibling. Know that that family center, those people who support you, who love you for you, who don't want you to change, they may not understand everything about you. However, they want you to succeed. They want you to be happy. Those are the ones we really want to connect in with this week. Additionally, this is the 10 of cups. Cups are that intuitional energy, that intuitional connection. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Like I said, family is, it's funny. We choose family when we incarnated in, but we can now make family as we're older what we need, what we want. We can minimize their impact. So if you've got family members who are not as supportive or maybe toxic, you can put in those barriers, those boundaries, not barriers, boundaries. Boundaries is the words I was thinking. We want to connect in with the people who are really supportive of us this week because it's going to be a challenging week. Now, like I said, cups are about that intuition. It includes our astral family. If you haven't had a chance to connect in with your astral family, these are people that we're connected to in a soul connection. They are our soul family. So you want to connect in with those. I do have a meditation with Archangel Mariel in my Archangel playlist that we do that. We help you connect in. So for those who are new here, welcome. I've got lots of support. I've got lots of guidance. So I've got 3 meditative playlists, and all my meditations, guys, they're guided, a mindfulness playlist, and a whole bunch of healing playlists. These are tools for you guys to help get over the challenges and really connect in with what's meaningful for you. Well, Chris, it sounds like you have to do a lot of reflection into that. My suggestion is get a piece of paper and pen and start to write it out. When we're faced with a challenge, those tools are going to be important. There is no perfect way to react. Emotion, it's ours. It's how we process it, how we move it forward, rather than getting stuck or unstuck. All right, so the beginning of the week, we're really starting to see that storm come in and that need for those tools. How do we feel connected? How can we connect in? Making it a priority to connect in with important people, whether that be through family or through different community supports. We want those supports in play as we head into the middle of the week, but head into the rest of the week. And kind of, because we have Mercury in retrograde till the very beginning of October, for a bit here, we're going to need some supports. But let's look at the middle of the week. What can my friends expect from the middle of the week? Ah! I love it when my cards are very clacky like that. And for those who are seeing this afterwards, there's been some chat on the side. I don't know how much it comes up, but know that if you hop on live, you can ask me questions, and I do try my best to answer them as I'm talking. So one of the clacky cards, the King of Pentacles, reminding you, it's not all doom and gloom, guys. There's a lot of opportunity for prosperity, for growth, for abundance. And remember, guys, abundance doesn't always mean financial or physical. It can and sometimes does mean that we need to look at that abundance of support, abundance of joy, abundance of health, connection. We've got lots of it. We just don't always see it because it's not so predominant. We can't pick it up. We can't feel it. So know that there is different forms of abundance. And the middle of the week starts to see some of that abundance coming forward. So being aware of it, being present. That's a big part of it, being present. We don't want to get caught up in the pain and heartache of the past or the what ifs of the future. We need to kind of be here. We want to plan, for sure. We want to learn from the past, absolutely. But we need to kind of stay present. And as a species and as technology has taken over, we're not so present. We're on either pole. So, and of course, Pentacles connects into that grounded stability that we need. We absolutely need it this week. It is going to be precedented. The 3 of Wands, along with that abundance, gives us those opportunities. That opportunity for growth, for shifting, for getting out of what we don't want. We know what we want. We know what we have and it's not working. Well, the middle of the week starts to give us some of those opportunities, those many opportunities that are coming forward. It's going to be up to us to take those steps and break some of the patterns and challenges that we're having and start to move forward slowly and steadily. So the middle of the week, we're going to see some opportunity for that. If you get too caught up in some of the pain, the heartache, the disconnection, that whirlwind, we're going to miss out. Oh, should turn the card. This is the 7 of Wands. The middle of the week, not only are we still feeling the storm coming forward, well, other people are too. These are global phenomenons. Humanity across the board is connected into Mercury retrograde. We are impacted by that moon. It's going to be in its full state. We're going to feel it as the middle of the week because it comes into its fullest state on Saturday. So counting back 2 days, you start to feel that energy start to shift. So keep that in mind. Hence, having those tools in our back pocket. Some people are more reactive to the full moon state. Additionally, because we know that there are some coming up obstacles and challenges, well, being mindful of that because the full moon can and will show us where we need to shift and change. So, bearing in mind that this week we're getting a lot of those challenge cards coming in, how are you going to shift this? Be prepared so that you can make that movement forward, because we don't want to get stuck in the conflict, in the fear, in the pain. Now, if you're feeling really, really, really stuck, which we do, I do have actually 2 meditations in my Just You and Me playlist. It's called Getting Unstuck. And then the very creative name of Getting Unstuck Part 2. And guess what, guys? Eventually, when it's needed and it's called for, because they'll let me know when I need to wrap that up, it'll come into a third. There's going to be 3. Well, we're going to have a Getting Unstuck Part 3. Those meditations can easily help you dump and disconnect some of that gunk, some of that stuff. All right. Let's get in to the end of the week. What can my my friends expect from the end of the week? So something else that just came into my head, people are going to start to be reactive as well, and they start to challenge you. Well, one of the things you can do, especially after a hard day, so you don't keep that energy going, so you don't keep feeling that, you can do a meditation with, it's a cord cutting meditation I did with Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. I did it late last year, early this year. If you go into my Archangel playlist, you'll see it. So know that that can also be a help. I earlier said, I hate it when it falls on the floor. I earlier said that we have to set boundaries. We can't always disconnect from everybody or all our family or certain people in our family or at work. Well, we can set boundaries and we can start to take back, what's called our power or our energy. So it's not so much they're siphoning off our energy or overwhelming us anymore, you cut those cords, so it's an energetical cord from you to them, or you can also do it to situations and events. You feel stronger. And we need that strength right now, especially as we're going to be challenged. And like I said earlier, challenge is not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's a really good thing. It helps us to break free of what's holding us back. So the card that hit the floor, the Four of Cups. He's feeling really just kind of frustrated and about situation, his life. He's missing that major point because he's so caught up in this. That fear, that pain, the burden, the overwhelmed energies. Additionally, as you can see this cat, you know there's always something that's going to happen in the background that stops you from taking that holy grail. Be aware of that. Be aware of misdirection or our kind of innate ability, I guess, to overblow a situation, become overwhelmed by it, and almost defeat it. It's, again, that unexpected. Unexpected things will happen. That's life. It's how we react and how we deal with it. And keep in mind where our energies are going. If we're so caught up in this, an unexpected startles us and we're not able to stay in control. We're not able to think. We're not able to create. Because that comes from up here, the frontal cortex, which also connects into our intuition, connects into that aha. However, if we are more calm, stable, we're more grounded, an unexpected may startle us, but we're quick back to our frontal cortex and we're able to create what would that solution need. Oh, you know what? We might need to pick up glass, maybe pick up fish. Did the cat get hurt? You know, you're able to process. You're on the ball again. Whereas if we're so caught up, we're so overwhelmed and we're so deflated, it's hard to get back on that ball. We miss out. So making sure that we're really mindful of where we're at, checking in. And a big part of it is remembering to breathe. Because when something happens that's unexpected, a lot of times we either start to breathe really quickly and hyperventilate, or we hold our breath. Either way, we're not getting oxygen to our head, or we're getting too much oxygen in our bodies responding in kind. We're not able to fully stay here. We're not able to use our tools, our faculties, and our abilities because we're in reaction mode. And it doesn't always need to be a start. Sometimes it's something someone says or something someone does. Being mindful of how we're reacting, because the end of the week, we are heading into Mercury retrograde. Checking into what people say. This is what I heard you say. And sometimes when you reflect it back, people are, no, that was a miscommunication. This is what I meant to say. This is what I was thinking. Same thing when you're talking to others. You can say, you know what? I want to make sure that I came across properly. It's Mercury retrograde, and, well, let's be honest, words can be hard sometimes. So what did you hear me say? You're not pointing your finger at anybody. You're not getting their back put up against, oh my God, can't believe you're challenging me. No, you're putting it on you and Mercury retrograde. Lots of I statements really goes a long way. That way you're checking in and you're checking into what you're hearing and what they're hearing. Less reactivity. You're staying up here. The Three of Pentacles. What I like to call my Triforce Perfecta. You're working with self, you're working with your physical support team, and your high vibrational support team in cooperation. Like I said, we're going to need that help. This is the 10 of Cups. It works on that intuitional, that high vibration as well. We know that we're going to need that support. Now more than ever, when we have that challenge, the more of us who are working together, the more of us who are supporting each other, the stronger we're going to get. Just checking. Nope. Want to make sure we did not have any doubles. We do now. I heard double and I'm like, no, but I did in my hand. So here's the King of Swords. Brother to the King of Pentacles. We're looking at that sword, which is all truth and knowledge. Think Vulcan, guys. This is the head Vulcan, the head Mr. Spock of Star Wars or Star Trek, where we're using our head. We are thinking things through, sometimes very analytically, where we're like, all right, this is how it has to be. A plus B equals C. There's no variant there. The more we're structured, the more we're scheduled, the better we're going to find things. So at the end of the week, and you could even flow it through the rest of the week, because we are going to have so many challenges, staying in our head helps us use our abilities and our tools. So planning ahead goes a long way. You can start now. This is why I do my readings on Friday, especially in the morning. It gives you the weekend or a couple of days to start to get things ready. Being prepared, keeping things in mind. So using that head. Is the double 14, that's what the kings are in the minor arcana. The angels are telling you that you need to be mindful of the energies that you put out, because they're going to come back at you. So let's take that one of the magician and really amplify it, using our abilities and our knowledge to our advantage. So this week, yes, it may be challenging. However, we've had challenging weeks before. And I hate to tell you, we're going to have others. Use your abilities, your tools, what you have, your amazing self, to help battle some of these storms that are coming forward. Because the stronger we feel internally, the more we're going to get done. Because there is a lot of opportunity for success, for growth, for movement. It's up to you, though, to take those steps. All right. Let's end off on any final supports or guidance that will help my friends to really grab hold of this week, overcome those challenges, and embrace those opportunities. Okay. Yes. Meditation for creation or creativity. You don't really need to meditate. Actually, I tell my students and clients all the time, if you want to get into that meditative state and you're really not into meditation, get creative. Because when we're in that kind of fun, creative mind, we're getting our hands dirty, we're having fun. Well, we're getting out of our head. We're getting out of the challenges and into something that we enjoy. So we're shifting our energies and perspective. We're opening ourselves up. It's when inspiration hits us, right? Now, guys, creativity does not always mean arts and crafts. It can if that's meaningful for you. For me, creativity is something that is meaningful, that is how you express you. I have clients that their expression of creativity is computer programming or welding. It doesn't matter. If it's meaningful for you and it gets you out of your head and you enjoy it, perfect. You just want it to be a high vibrational creative endeavor. So if you're creating something or you're making something, it's a good thing, especially if it's going to inspire and support others. So that creative energy will help not only give us some time and reprieve from some of the baggage and heaviness of the week, it will also open us up to that guidance and support. Yes, please. accept love. So it can be really challenging to be open to the support and compassion of our physical support team and our spiritual support team. We have to give ourselves permission for that loving energy. And it's not always easy because we don't always feel worthy, or we don't want that attention. If that is a challenge for you, I have 3 meditations with Archangel Chamuel, and he's the archangel that really connects in with that love. It can help. It can help shift that energy. The healing that I'm posting in on Tuesday, it's for our heart center. It helps with that as well because it dumps some of that gunkiness. We need to be open to that loving energy because it's going to be that high vibrational, unconditional loving energy that those around us, the universe gives us, that is going to support us in fueling us forward, because there's enough that's going to stumble us and stick us into where we're at. Oh yeah. Don't forget to have fun, guys. That creativity, that love, that play. We want the balance. There's lots happening this week. If we are so caught up in our head that we are hyper focusing in on it and we're getting stuck in the, oh my God's, what if, we're going to miss out on the fun, the growth, the abundance, the amazing aspects that are coming forward this week. So have the tools in the ready? Absolutely. Enjoy and have some fun. We need the play. We need the happy. When we're in our happy place, in our creative space, those spaces, they fuel you. They bring in fulfillment and joy, so that instead of feeling disconnected and disheartened, we feel rejuvenated. We feel more alive. We need that. We need that connection. Tears for joy and sadness. We need to let out what we're feeling. The joy, oh, come on. We've all been there where we were laughing so hard we start crying. That's part of the joy. That's part of what we want this week. But we also need to release some of this, that disconnection, that pain, that heartache. That's why I find meditations are so useful. They help us de-gunk us while at the same time rejuvenating us. And we need that. We need that balance. We need to work smarter rather than harder. So taking that time, scheduling it in, guys, because the more we're able to connect into the positive, disconnect that gunk and get rid of it, the more you're going to get out of this week and weeks to come. Now, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. And I hope that this gives you a good heads up for the week to come and what's going to be really important and how you can go forward for you. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It does help people find me on the sea of YouTube. And more importantly, don't forget to subscribe. There are so much more coming forward. Like I said, next week I'm live 3 times. I've got a healing coming forward. So there's lots of stuff coming in. I post usually 2+ times a week. So there's a lot coming in for you. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell. It lets you know when I'm live and when I've posted stuff. And if you want even more support, I do have a Patreon page where I do give in an extra layer of support for those who are supporting me more. Again, I want to thank you so much for all your amazing connection time and time with me, and for joining me in this adventure into next week. Remember, have fun and enjoy, especially this weekend. Until tomorrow, my friends.